Hey, Dr. Tom Preston here with you again today, and I'm glad you've chosen to join us. On this video, we're going to talk about why your actions speak louder than your words. And you're definitely going to want to stay to the end of this video because I'm going to talk to you about how to correct for times where your actions are not speaking as loud as your words. Of course, you're loving these videos. Please subscribe. We get a new video out every week on topics related to business and growth development in the chiropractic industry, as well as other allied health professionals. We follow the Vision Focus Systems team categorization or model that I've been using successfully with thousands of people just like you over the last 27 or so years as of this recording. So again, love to have you subscribe. You get first access to this. Just go down, hit the bell, hit the subscribe button, and you'll be put in. So how do actions speak louder than words? Of course, this is something that was made famous by the great American writer Thoreau. And this is how this played out in this particular scenario. I want to tell you the story of Dr. Neil. Dr. Neil was a client of ours many years ago, and he was having some challenges with the productivity and profitability in his business, as probably so many of you are. One of the reasons that he came out is because he knew from past experience that he had been at a much higher level in his business. He had been much more profitable, had been much more successful by his standards, which are the only standards that ever count, of course, and he wanted us to help him get there. So as we did our intake and analysis and stuff, one of the things we ask all clients to do is to do a time study. And I would encourage you to do that. We've got certainly forms for it and stuff, but it could be just as simple as writing down, Monday to Sunday, and just keeping track of how you use your time. One of the reasons this helps us is because actions do speak louder than words. And he talked about how he wanted to grow his business, how he wanted to get back on track with things, but his actions were actually speaking louder than his words when we did his time study, as so many people's are. When we did his time study, the thing that he was investing the most time in outside of sleeping in his 168-hour week was watching television. And at this particular juncture of his life, he was watching about 35 hours a week of television. Let me say that again, you guys. 35 hours a week of television. That is an enormous amount of television by my standards. I don't want to project my values onto people, but it just seems like a lot. And he was in his practice about 25 to 27 hours a week. So as we were doing an analysis of his values and what it was that was most important to him, I did an interpretation based upon his time study, and I offered to him that it became obvious to me that his highest value at this time in his life, no judgment, but just an observation, was that obviously entertainment was his highest value because it was the thing that he spent, he spent the most time on. And he was quite offended, actually. He goes, well, how do you dare you say that? I watch a bit of sports. There's a few shows I watch, whatever. But I said, well, you're the one that filled out the time study. Assuming you did it properly, you can realize that you're spending an enormous amount of time doing that. And I said, your actions are speaking louder than your words. There's times where you could be working on your business. You could be working on marketing and development and patient communication and so on. But instead, you're watching television. So I said, we need to get clear on your values and what your priorities are before we're really going to be able to progress with this program. It was a gobstop moment for him because he didn't realize he had drifted into doing that much television. When we dug into the depths of it, gang, here's how it turned out. Truly, it wasn't entertainment that was his highest value. Certainly, there was other things that were higher value, including his business and contributing to his community and helping people live healthier, happier lives. What had happened is he'd gone through a really messy divorce. And out the other side of that, he was pretty beat up. He was pretty wounded. And as a way to sort of recuperate and to just have some downtime and to kind of lick his wounds and regroup, he was using television as a means of escape. And I know there's people watching this video that are doing the same thing. And again, I'm not suggesting that that's anything wrong or bad. This is not a moral discussion we're having, but it has a consequence. And the consequence if that's the highest thing that you value at this particular juncture of your life, it's going to be difficult for you to put a lot of focus and emphasis onto other things you want to grow, like your business, or like enhancing your relationship with your significant other, or with your children, or with advancing your sports career, whatever it is that's important to you in life, right? So I share this because A, it's a real story. B, it's a way to identify what's going on inside of people relative to something as simple as a time study. And C, it's an opportunity for you to get a handle on how your actions and how you're behaving can be real clues into what's going on inside of you. And I absolutely promise you that until you get clarity about why you value growing your business, as one example, or why you value enhancing your relationships, or why you value whatever it is that you value, if you're not clear upon that and your actions aren't speaking louder than your words, you will likely end up being like many people are that come to us for the first time, being very frustrated, feeling very alone, not knowing where to turn or what to do, and literally getting into procrastination or freezing, or doing what Dr. Neil did, which is to, go into escapism. So Dr. Tom here, sharing with you the concept of identity, the concept of action speaking louder than words, and using that as a tool to dig in deep as to what the nucleus of the block may be for you relative to getting unstuck and getting on with your journey. Of course, if you're someone that would like some help on your journey, please reach out. We do a very complimentary discovery call, no strings attached, you guys. That's not who I am. If you've been watching any of my videos, you know that's not who I am. It's an opportunity for me to meet you, to start to build a relationship with you, and help me fulfill my purpose, which is allowing other people to explore the most authentic sides of themselves, explore their human potential, and express it fully, both personally and professionally. So in a selfish way, I would love to help you because it helps me fulfill my purpose. If we can be of service, please reach out. Dr. Tom signing off, helping you become more so you can do more and have everything that your heart desires.